Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Sit down. How are you all? Fine?
Fine, ma'am.
Very good. I hope you must be fine. In our last class, what we are discussing, that was about power sharing. Power sharing. That means it is clear that power must be shared, distributed, not concentrated in one hand. As our country is a democratic country, we have to see that no one here is powerful. We have gone through the different forms of government like monarchical, dictatorship, okay, and we have seen how monarch or dictator, they were very powerful and ruling the country, and power was solely concentrated in one hand. So, whatever they wanted, they were doing like that. The common people interest was neglected. Now, when coming to power sharing, the question may arise, among whom the power should be shared. Among whom the power should be shared, and the next question arises, what is the necessity of power sharing? Necessity of power sharing. Okay. Before going to this part, as I have told you in my last class, that the Belgians, how they accommodate with the sharing of power. If you can remember, children, in Belgium, two groups were there, Dutch speaking French speaking. Okay, these two groups, Dutch speaking, French speaking. As the Dutch speaking constitutes the majority, so they are controlling the minority group, that is what? French speaking. Here it is majority group and it is minority group. Okay. So, here we can see that how Dutch speaking, as they are in majority group, obviously they are to control the minority group. So, there is the controversy between the majority group and the minority group. That is the case of Belgium that we have already discussed. Now, we will discuss another important point, that is, what is the case in Sri Lanka? Just you see the figure, Sri Lanka, it is one island nation. Okay. Island nation. Then what is the case in Sri Lanka? Here also, like Belgium, two groups. What are those two groups? Those two groups are what? Sri Lanka Sinhala speakers and Tamil speakers. In Sri Lanka, we can see the two groups, Sinhala speakers and second group Tamil speakers. Okay. Here also the same point, that is Sinhala speakers, they constitute the majority, that is their group, it is of 74% Sinhala speaker. Okay. Then Tamil speakers, their group is of 18%. So, see in case of Sri Lanka, how Sinhala speakers, they constitute the majority and the Tamils, they constitute the minority. Here also, children, Tamils, they are divided into two subgroups. Tamils, they are divided into two subgroups. What are those? Sinhala, that is Sri Lankan Tamils, okay, then Indian Tamils. Okay. Those who are proper living in Sri Lanka, they constitute Sri Lankan Tamils, and those who are coming from India, they constitute the Indian Tamils. Now, what happened? Most of the Sinhala speaking people are Buddhist. Sinhala speaking people are Buddhist. Okay. Then the rest it is what the Buddhist, Sinhala speaking people are Buddhists, while most of the Tamils are Hindus or Muslims. Tamils, they are Hindus or Muslims. Okay. So, this is the case in Sri Lanka. That means Sri Lankan Tamils, Sinhala speaking and Tamil speaking. Two groups are there, Sinhala speaking, they constitute the majority, and Tamil speaking, they constitute the minority. Tamil speaking, again it is divided into two subgroups, one it is Sri Lankan Tamils and second it is Indian Tamils. So, if two groups are there like majority and minority, then there must be controversy. The minority may be powerful, but as their number it is less than the majority, they must be suppressed by the majority, and majority must be always powerful. So, in both the cases, in last class I have told you how the Belgian leaders, they accommodate with the differences of Dutch speaking and French speaking. Here also same thing happens in Sri Lanka. The leaders try to accommodate with this difference. Okay. So, how they accommodate? So, they accommodate that the power should be distributed equally. Power should be distributed equally. may it be major, may it be minor, power should be distributed. As it is democratic country, we have seen that no one is powerful. In case of India, we are having what? Democratic form of government, and here the power it is equally distributed between the three parts of the government, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. Okay. So, similar is the case in Sri Lanka and Belgium. The leaders thought of the problem, how to accommodate, how to adjust the power in between all the groups. Then no one is overpowered. Okay. So, this is the case in Sri Lanka, that the two groups, that Sinhala speaking and Tamil speaking, how they are given the power and equally they are important. That is the thought of the Sri Lankan leaders. So, children, next class we will be going through that what is the majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Just you have to write it, what is majoritarian. What is that majoritarian? Majoritarian, that is the democratically elected government adopted a series of majoritarian measures to establish singular supremacy. But as such, what is majoritarianism? A belief that the majority community, a belief that the majority community should be able to rule a country in whichever way it wants by disregarding the wishes and needs of the minority. Should be able to rule the country by disregarding the interest of the minority. Okay, so this is what is majoritarianism, a belief that the majority community should be able to rule the country by disregarding the interest of the minority. So, we have to go through that, but before that one main point we have to write it, that is how the Sri Lankan leaders try to solve the problem of majority and minority. So, we are to see that how the Sri Lankan leaders try to solve the problem of majority and minority in the country. So, as such you can remember the difference between the majority and minority and what is the demerit if majority will be given more power than the minority. So, next class we will be going through that. What is that? Majoritarianism in Sri Lanka or majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Tarianism in Sri Lanka. Okay, majoritarianism in Sri Lanka, that we are to go through in the in detail in the next class. So, I hope you have understood what is the difference in case of Belgium and in case of Sri Lanka, what is the controversy between the two groups, that you can remember that one which I have told you. So, this you go through, just have a brief picture of the problem in Sri Lanka, and next class we will be going through in detail the case of Sri Lanka and the case of Belgium. Okay children, that much for today. So, all of you, hope you have enjoyed. Thank you all.
Thank you.